Matjaz Belsak from Slovenia. I'm 27 years old now. I am or I was a professional strongman. Before that, I did school for hospitality and tourism. My parents have a restaurant, so I started to do school for that. I finished everything. I also help at the home's restaurant. And then actually from 21 to 27, I compete the most of my time. I do some coaching. I'm building now a small gym, or it's almost finished, a small gym for strongman, powerlifting, also for normal people. I have SBD Slovenia now, online website for selling that. Yes, now it's a little bit hard times for strongman, no competition.
Yeah.
The most are cancelled, not everyone, every competition, but that's how it goes.
Yeah. Wow, that's amazing. I don't know where where to start with that. Okay, so when you were growing up, did you always want to do competing, or did you think it was, what was your path going to be like?
I mean, as a kid, you always like a lot of boys like heavy things and watching TV and movies and that. That's always cool. But I did not really think about that before. So when I was around 14, 15, 16, I started to train a little bit with weights, at first at home, and then it just goes step for step. Then I was watching videos at that time for Mariusz Pudzianowski and other strongmen on YouTube, and my training getting better and better. And then I find results from Slovenian Powerlifting Federation, and my lifts were actually not so bad for 16 years old. So actually, I started to compete with 17. So my
Wow.
first competition for powerlifting was with 17, and then also my first strongman competition was at the end of 17. And then from that, it just goes step for step. Then another competition, bigger weights, first competition out from the country, and everything goes from year to year a little bit bigger.
Yeah, yeah, amazing. Oh my gosh, 16, 17. That's crazy. That is crazy. So
Thank you.
did you have lots of people around you that kind of like knew what they were doing, or did you have to kind of
Mm,
find
mm.
find them?
Actually, I started training myself. I learned the most of the things from the start, from YouTube and internet and some books. And then I have some training partners. They were always changing a little bit. Some friends, some training partners for powerlifting from 16 to 17. And then for the first strongman competition, I did two training sessions with a friend, or let's say at that time was not really a friend, but I know him. Two training sessions with him for the first strongman competition. He just showed me a little bit the strongman. I finished second already in this competition, and then from that time he was not like my coach, but he was my mentor for strongman. So he showed me how it's done, the events, how you prepare, what you need for the equipment. How he helped me with equipment, some stones, some stuff like that, and he get me on the first competition out from the country. So the start from the strongman was always with him. His name is
Yeah.
Gregor Stengler. He's also from Slovenia, and he was a past strongman competitor in Slovenia.
Oh, cool. Okay, brilliant, brilliant. So, where does your love for lifting and fitness and strongman come from then? Like, how did you get into it?
I mean, it just like a hobby that gets first was just a wish, then was a hobby, and then was like a job.
Yeah.
But I think one of the biggest thing that keep me forward is the improvement. It's like a job. If you can do something in the job and it's done something new, or maybe like the people who building things, they create first just on a small paper, and then have ideas and add this and this, and on the finish they have a building. It's done. The same I see strongman or professional sport. You need to build everything from idea to the finished result. So you need to plan your training, you need to plan your sleep, you need to plan your everything around your life. So from 20 to 27, the most of my time was not maybe not spent for strongman, but was built like it's one of the best way for the strongman.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
You think when you go sleep, you think, okay, I don't go for a cycling with my friends because I need to train later. You don't go to skiing because you say, okay, maybe I can hurt myself and I have a competition in 2 months. So
Yeah.
a lot of this fun stuff I actually put away to could compete or be ready the most I can. Of course, I also have some fun time still with my friends, but that
Yeah.
was not maybe so much that it would be if I would not compete.
Okay. So you have to sacrifice quite a lot then to do what you do.
Yeah, I mean it's like it's a lifestyle, and if you
Hmm.
train hard, if you're competing, your body weight is heavier. I mean, I'm now 133, but I was 150, 155. So you're also lazier after training. So my ex-girlfriend, then was my girlfriend, always say, okay, let's go there, let's go there. I'd always say, oh no, I don't want. I just be home. Sometimes we go somewhere and just be lazy.
Yeah.
You don't appreciate so much other things because you're looking like this. You're
Yeah.
focusing on one thing.
Yeah.
Sometimes you do different stuff, but you don't want to go every day for a walk. You don't want to go every day there.
Yeah.
Because you need to eat, you need to train, you need to. And sometimes she often say, for example, okay, let's go for a swim, but I did not like to swim the day before when I have hard training next day.
Yeah.
That was maybe that was maybe not true because if you have a all night between, it doesn't matter. But at that time, I was thinking it's true. So we kinda almost didn't find a free day to go to swim. And
Yeah.
in the weekend, I was working. She was free, so we
Yeah.
kinda did not do fun stuff there. And over
Yeah.
the week, I was training. So yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. It's
for
hard, isn't it?
just for example. Yeah.
Yeah, it is hard because when you've got a, when you're busy schedule and people are constantly like, "Oh, let's do stuff," and you're like, "I can't. I'm busy," you know?
Mhm.
Yeah. I feel that. I know exactly how you feel.
I
So,
mean, it's maybe not with time that the time is so busy, but because you're preparing.
mm, mm,
Maybe you eat, let's say you eat 2, 3 hours before training, then you would have like 2, 3 hours to do something. But if you want to go somewhere, it's mostly more time. You
yeah.
cannot use always these small gaps for do something and plan something, and it's too complicated. If you're alone, now when I'm alone, I eat and then I do something for the gym or I do something for my coaching. It's easier to plan if you just need to plan with yourself. But if you need to plan with your friends, you cannot say, okay, one day from 2 to 4, I eat at 2, then I have 2 hours time, and then I go to train. You also need to see with other friends and a girlfriend and everything.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So, tell us about the strongman sport then and competing. What do you love most about it?
I mean, all of the things that I say before is already the improvement, getting better. You plan; it's like a big plan, and you're getting step by step forward. That's one of the things that pull me forward all the time in my hobby, also in professional strongman. And it's also the guys that competing there. It's not like other professional sports. Then maybe one team you have maybe 10 members.
Yeah.
A doctor, a helper, a physio. So when we go there, some guys have own physio, maybe an own cameraman, and maybe a girlfriend. But that's it. So if we go to compete, we are together on the breakfast in the morning because we 10 people in Dubai, you know, the
Yeah.
half of us is alone. So of course you sit with your competitors on the same table, you have breakfast together, you go to see the city, and maybe in 1, 2 days you compete together.
Yeah.
It's always like this. When you compete, when it's your time, it's your turn, you do the best. But if you, for example, if you would forget something at home, a belt or something, your opponent would give you the belt to use for your event, and then you could give him back.
Yeah.
It's a little bit different than other sport. I would say in that opinion.
Yeah. So do you feel like that you're one big kind of like family and you support one another greatly?
I mean, you always have up and downs and everything, like all sports. But I think because we are traveling almost alone, or maybe 2 to 3 guys. That when you come somewhere, you spend time with the guy who is actually your opponent. If Strongman would be built different, that we would maybe traveling with 10 people of the team, you would probably spend more time with your team. But because you're alone, or just be good friends with other athletes. So actually, in World's Strongest Man, you know the 3/4 of the guys you actually know. You together the breakfast, you go to safari, you see things, you later on Instagram and Facebook together. So we actually know each other.
Yeah. And do you have a best friend that you've made from it?
I mean, I have not like big friends, but I have, of course, good friends from Strongman, from the start still now. When I was competing in Strongman Champions League in the past, we have still a group on WhatsApp, like 5 people, I think. We all the time in contact. If somebody have birthday, we always congratulate there. If something happen, one guy have a new house now and a child and everything, we always post there. So these 5 guys, and then I have with Jeff Caron, and also with other guys. I always have contact. I mean, always on Instagram and Facebook and stuff. You always, if you need something, or if you go in this country, you always say hello. And 2 years ago, when I was competing in Canada, I stayed 1 week before there,
Yeah.
so we train a little bit with Jimmy and Jeff, and you can see a little bit the country. It's a nice thing to have people around the world.
Yes, absolutely. So talk us through your coaching now then. So what are you doing with that? You said you set up your own gym. It's pretty much finished now. How are you going with that?
I mean, now because the Corona situation, we officially don't open yet. I just use it more for myself. My ex-girlfriend trained there, so just because the Corona is now quite strict in Slovenia, we cannot be more people together. Gyms are closed and everything like that. So it's a little bit pushed down the gym project. But the gym is almost finished. It's a smaller gym. It's like 100 square meters. So maybe 10 people at one time can train there. So
Yeah.
the plan is to have maybe around 20, 30 open gyms
Wow.
tickets to that people can train alone, and then everything else will be personal coaching.
Yeah.
And the rest, what I'm doing now with the people out from my country is online coaching. People that who want to prepare for competition. I see them on Skype or WhatsApp or whatever. We speak, then I make a plan. They send every week or every month a report, how they're feeling, how it's going.
Yeah.
I see the technique, then I fix that, and then we go step for step online for preparing for a competition. I do that,
Amazing.
and we actually planning now make a new Instagram account for that. I'm doing this together with my ex-girlfriend actually.
Yeah.
We planning like to be a team, so
Yeah.
she can do the powerlifting, I can do the strongman, and just to build a little bit bigger business with that.
Amazing. Amazing. Sounds like
Thank
you've
you.
been doing a lot during the lockdown then. You've been really
Yeah,
busy.
actually, yes. The first lockdown we have in March. So when I come back from Arnold Classic in Ohio this year, we start to build the gym. So we actually also built the most of the gym alone because the restaurant was closed. Also because the Corona, and on the first lockdown we was building the gym, and then between I was waiting for rubber and equipment and everything, and now on the second lockdown I actually finished my gym. So the Corona time was not just bad for me. That's true.
Yeah, yeah. It helped you build it all up. That's amazing.
Yes.
And where do you kind of see it going then? Do you want to open, in the future, do you want to open more? Do you want to recruit more people? How do you see it kind of panning out?
I mean, first I need to do this what I have well. The
Yeah,
building that I'm in is our family building, so that's good.
lovely.
We don't need to pay rent every month, so we can start small. I would
Yeah,
like to have very good equipment and good competitors and good athletes in my gym. So we first need to use the gym in the best way what we can. Maybe it depends how it will go, how many time we need to fill that. And I would like to first make this very good to see how it goes. Then maybe do a outside the arena. I have also for strongman, maybe do there also a rough and everything, so we can train all the time. And then we will see. It's step for step. I think it's better than just buy a big house, big gym, and then you don't have enough members and everything.
Yeah, yeah, that's exactly right. Start small and then kind of like see where you go
Hmm.
from there. Absolutely.
Yeah, because the strength sport in Slovenia is also not so big, so we need to see that we have a part of the strength sport athletes and also normal people that come for personal coaching. Because strongman is very small in Slovenia, there are almost no strongmen. Powerlifting is now getting bigger. Also, young people, girls are starting to compete, so that's getting step for step. We help in that a little bit with SBD Slovenia also to promote powerlifting, and then we will see. I mean, now it's heavy to say because all gyms are closed and everything,
Yeah.
but we will see next year how it goes on.
Yeah, absolutely. So do you have a favorite kind of piece of apparatus, piece of equipment that you use that you love?
I mean, I like these professional brands like Leica and Rogue. So the bars and plates are almost everything from that brand. We actually have for such a small gym a lot of equipment and a lot of plates, so a lot of people can do heavy lifting
Yeah.
at once. I like that. I have some strongman equipment that I built on my own. I like also that because you invest a lot of time and love and thinking about how you want to do it. And now we have it's a free cable cross in the new gym, but it's on air pressure. So what makes it different to a normal key cable free cable cross? It's that you can do explosive movements
Yeah.
without hurting your joints and the equipment. So because it's this air compressor, if you pull very fast with normal plates, the plates would first go and then pull it back. You don't have this here, so you can use it for warming up. You can use it for rehab. I just tear a little bit my chest 2 weeks ago, and it's very easy to do on that on very light pressure. You can do just to um, have some blood flows in, so it's just start to recovering, and you can do very good warm up and explosive things. So I like that equipment also very good.
Yes, amazing. You sounds like you've got lots of stuff in your small gym. Amazing.
Yeah, I mean we have everything that you need for strongman. Okay, strongman is a lot of outside because we don't have enough place inside, and also I don't want inside stones and the dirty things because I want inside part of my gym
Clean.
clean. Yes, we have inside two power racks, double the big one, and we have a professional combo rack from Eleiko. So actually, six guys on one time can do heavy lifts. So three on squatting, or two or squatting, one benching, and three guys can deadlifting. And we have enough bars, enough plates for that. And then we also have other equipment like this uh, cable cross. Then we have a lat pull down, a parallel pull. We have a leg extension, and we have a belt squat. So the basic things that you need. I mean, all the basic things plus couple machines that's good for training.
Yeah. Brilliant, brilliant. So talk us through your highlights of your career so far then. What have been kind of the best bits?
I think the best competition for me was the Ultimate Strongman. I think that was 215 or 216. It's a team competition that I won with Hafter Julius Bronson.
Yeah.
That was one of the best. The second thing is maybe that I come two times in VSM finals, World
Yeah.
Strongest Man finals. Then in 2017, I won the Strongman Champions League overall title. So it's like a world title, but in Champions League.
Yeah.
And then in 2017, I also won Arnold Classic Professional Europe and Arnold Classic Professional Poland. That and the fifth place in Arnold Classic in the finals 2019 in Ohio. That are the five
Wow.
best results, I would say.
That's amazing.
Thank
Amazing.
you
So
very much.
how do you celebrate for something like that then?
I mean, it depends how the competition goes, where you compete, how late it is. But normally we go. Normally it's we go anyway for a dinner after competition. You go to shower, you relax for half hour, and then it's normally dinner or prize ceremony. We do that, and then we normally go for like I say for the dinner, and then maybe if we are not too tired, just for a couple drinks after that.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
amazing. So tell us about your goals and achievements then that you want to hit within Strongman. I know it's difficult at the moment because obviously, with the corona, who knows when things are coming back. But do you have, particular goals, or do you just like to see how things go?
actually now I have. You probably don't know, but I'm waiting for a hip replacement.
Okay,
I have
wow.
I have a big hip problem, so my right hip. Have a very bad range of motion. I just can
Okay,
move my leg maybe for 15, 20 centimeters.
wow.
Just when I go steps, it's just okay, but everything higher as a normal step is too much. So I'm waiting now for a surgery. I'm still planning what to do and when to do because this corona everything through everything on a longer time.
Yeah,
I would like to be operate in Germany because I find a special doctor and prosthesis there.
yeah,
So for me, I first need to fix my hip,
yeah,
then to see how my body feel. I'm still training all the time now. I do more cardio. I do a little bit of boxing now because I cannot train so hard with strongman.
yeah,
So have a little bit fun and also cardio all the time. So stay in a good health and physical preparing.
yeah.
But I need to see how I feel after the hip replacement because I
Yeah.
will be a total hip replacement. So they cut the bone and they change the joint actually. So I need to see how that
Ouch.
feels. I would still like to compete professional. I need to see what the body will say if that's okay with strongman or if I need to do some other sport.
Yeah.
I would for sure like to come back for what I know, I would for sure be coaching athletes, not only
Okay.
strongmen. I would like also to coach other athletes for strength, maybe some, for example, just to train some MMA fighters for the strength part, preparing of the competition, something like that. That's also a reason why I'm doing now fight sports myself, so I can understand
Yeah.
it better. And
Brilliant.
then I see, of course, I would like to come back. I speak with other promoters, what we can do, maybe do a filming from the surgery and from my rehab to show the strongman community how it looks because a lot of athletes have surgeries or problems, but they don't really show the community how
Yeah.
it is because this is a part of the sport, and I think it's very important to show that to people, because people sometimes see, okay, it's a big prize money. Okay, it's not so big with strongman, but still people think it's a big prize money. They see just a day of hard work, but they don't see maybe 10 years of competing, of training, of food, of everything,
Yeah.
and these big problems what we can do with our body.
Yeah.
I would not say that strongman is the only reason that my I have a hip problem, but when I was 12, I have like a my hip. When I kick a ball, I have a dislocated on my right hip, so all the tendons get overstretched. I
Yeah.
didn't fix that with the physio because I was too young. I didn't think about, and then I have sometimes a little pain, but it was not never a big problem. So I never think it's something that I need surgery or really look about. And in 2018, I have some back problems as well, and everything goes very bad in half year. So from almost
Wow.
normal range of motion
Yeah.
to really fast that I couldn't tie my shoes and put my socks on myself
Wow.
in a half year. So
Yeah.
I mean, I was stupid myself also a little bit because I was still competing and everything. But the problem is, I speak with doctors, I speak with a chirurg. They say if I don't injury other part of my body, the hip joint is already so bad I cannot make it worse or it's strong. And I just need to take care I
Yeah.
don't injure something else.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And that's the thing, I guess, with with the sport that you do, you you know, you can hurt yourself pretty bad, right?
I mean, I would say in long term you can hurt yourself very bad with almost all professional sport. You know, if you just see professional size cycling,
Yeah.
they have hip replacement as well, and they don't have any heavy objects lifting or
Yeah.
carrying. You have judo. They have elbows, shoulders, knee, hip problems all the time. You know, they need surgery in the shoulder all the time. You have basketball player. They all have these long-term problems. But what's true, because of this heavyweight in the strongman, you can have more this short-term, like you tear your biceps, you tear your hamstring, you tear a triceps, because the weight is just so heavy and so much bigger than other sports.
Yeah, absolutely. So, talk us through what else you've been doing during lockdown. You said you built your gym. What else have you been up to?
Actually, I have always things to do. I was building the gym. I need to order my equipment. It's if you do this alone, it's always a research time. Don't just buy something. You see where you buy. You see what you buy. You see maybe some used things or some new things. So it's always a time that you researching. I was doing this for SBD. We need to set up a online page. I have a big help from my friend, a business partner in that, so he do everything great and very well with the online things. He do the Instagram, he do the Facebook, he do the online site. So I have a big help with that all the time. Then I do this online coaching. We preparing these bigger things, a bigger project with online coaching. I trying to do some lifting equipment as well, some straps, some belts maybe, or some not really belts, but let's say like for truck pulling, you need this harness to pull a
Yeah.
truck. We try to produce this. I Slovenia that this can produce this, so we actually um, researching what would be the best way and how to do it.
Yeah.
So we have So it's always, for one small thing, what you say on the end, okay, just this, but you need maybe 20 weeks. You think something, you draw something on the paper, you try it, it's not good, you try it again, it's still not good. It's a long term to do a product well.
Yeah, absolutely. And when you're doing it on your own, you have so many more jobs to do than when you do it with a huge team
Yeah,
of people, you know?
yeah, of
Yeah,
course, yeah, yeah, yeah,
absolutely. I feel exactly the same. I run my company on my own, and although I employ people to be there when we are in a rehearsal room, it's just me otherwise. So all these jobs that people see that get done, it takes a lot of hours to do it when you're just one person.
yeah. I mean, you need to prepare. You need first think about everything. You need to prepare it. You need to put it on the paper. I mean, on the paper, and
Yeah.
then it's always step for step. And maybe for a small thing, you need much more time than it looks. So, but it's almost with everything like that. You need
Yeah.
people just see what they see. They don't see what's behind.
Absolutely, all the time. So, my last question for you is what's next for you? Kind of how do you see next year panning out? Do you want to go on any kind of trips? Is there any places you particularly want to go? What do you see 2021 happening? Although we don't really know because of the corona, but how do you think it will go for you?
So 2021, I would like on the start of the year, I would like to do my hip surgery.
Hmm.
So after the hip surgery, I need to start to recovering. I already do a plan with a friend who is a physio. He will take part of that, so the rehab part. I need to start to train a little bit in this way, what we can do, and then we will see how the hip is going.
Yeah.
So from that time, I will concentrate on my coaching, and I will try to come back to strongman. So if everything would go perfect, I would like to compete the end of the year in strongman in Slovenia strongest man. So the level is not so high. So if my hip and my body is okay, I can compete there. But
Yeah.
it's heavy to say, because maybe I do get a date for operation in January,
Yeah.
maybe in the middle of the year. If it's the middle of the year, then I probably cannot compete the end of the year, because a half year, I would say, it's a really minimum to come back on something and do something.
Yes.
And just to build up SBD Slovenia, to build up the coaching, to finish my gym, and to do more to promoting strength sport in Slovenia and overall. That's my plan for 2021. A little bit of holidays as well.
Yeah.
I have a good friend in Croatia that's close to us. It's a
Yeah.
neighbor country. I have a good friend in Austria, so I would like to see both of them.
Yeah.
I have a part of my family in Austria, so my uncle, my aunt, and my grandma. So I'd like to see that. And for the holidays, I do short holidays. I can go to the seaside because we have very close seaside in Croatia. So it's an easy
Lovely.
thing if the corona don't close everything again.
Yes, yes, that's the truth, isn't it? Yes, it is. It's hard to kind of plan when you're not sure
Yes,
what's gonna happen, but you've just got to
exactly.
kind of do what you can do, that's in your control, and then kind of go with everything else. It's hard, isn't
Ex-
it? Do you find it
Exactly.
difficult when you're so used to planning everything, and then when you then can't plan? Do you find that really difficult?
I mean, the most what I difficult and it's how to say not nice or stupid is that we actually have now in Slovenia also police time. So
Okay.
from 20 so from 9 p.m. to 6 in the morning we could not go officially out from the house.
Okay.
We can actually not see other people that's not even your closest family or your partner. We cannot go in other not in other city without a paper. So you actually officially can just go in other city if you have something there
Yeah.
that's not in your city. So it's stupid. You always need to put these papers. You always need to see in the time, and I think it's not okay. It's not the right thing how the government is doing that.
Yeah, yeah, it's really tough. I mean, here in the UK, it's so, everything is for one country, it's this for another, because we're in
Mhm.
Wales, so our government is slightly different to the one in England, and it's like,
Mhm.
oh, and it's so confusing, and nobody knows what's happening, and they'll be in lockdown and we're not, and then we are and they're not, and
Mhm.
you just don't really know what's happening and what's
Yeah.
going on, and why you're doing certain things. And yeah, it's difficult as well with the holidays. You want to be with your loved ones, and it's tough. It's like,
Mhm.
what can we do, and when can we do it? And they just don't give you an answer, a straightforward
Yeah.
answer.
Yeah, this problem here in Slovenia as well. They start with okay, we just do a short lockdown. We don't close the cities. We just do a bigger array to close. And then after 2 weeks, they say, okay, now we close also the cities, and we
Yeah.
don't know for how long. And then actually now we are already, I think the ninth week is going now that we are on a lockdown, and they don't know how long it's going on. You know?
Oh gosh, that's rubbish.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
always need a paper. You always need an excuse. I mean, the police never stopped me, but it's still stupid. You need a paper to go to train. Actually, it's
Wow.
like yeah, like you need to hide almost for training, like we were just selling drugs. But
Yeah.
I just go to
Crazy.
train. I know, just I have good luck because from my home to my gym is just 3 kilometers, and
Wow.
it's like a village. Police is normally not there, so if I train longer here, it's not a problem because
Yeah.
it's so close to home, everything. But if you go in the city, you need to wear mask. You cannot see other people. It's all this
Yeah.
like you know.
Yeah. Yeah. I know, it's crazy. And I'm guessing then, obviously would you ever come to the UK? Do you come here often, or have you ever been?
I mean, I compete often in England. I compete a couple times in Europe's Strongest Man. I compete in these Giants Live finals. I was in where was couple more with Ultimate Strongman. So I was a lot of time there. Of course, I would like to come back to competing. I would like to come back to England, maybe do some seminars, maybe do something like that. We need to see how it goes, how things
Yes.
will go.
Yes, fingers crossed then for 2021, and I hope that
Yes, thank you.
you have your surgery and it goes really well for you. Best of luck for that.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
No worries. And thank you so much for coming on and chatting with me today.
Yes, thank you for inviting me. I'm
That's
really
okay.
happy to speak with you, and let's make the best out of it.
Yes, absolutely. And I'll let you know when it goes up on the channel, and you can put it on your pages and stuff if you want to.
Okay, great.
And yeah, and we'll speak again soon. It'll be lovely to chat to you again
Yeah,
and
lovely
catch
to
up.
chat to you. Have a nice day.
Bye.
Bye.
You too.
Thank
Bye.
you so much. I had the best time chatting with you, and all the very best for 2021. I hope everything goes really, really well for you. That was so cool. Okay, everyone, lots more brilliant guests still to come. Make sure if you haven't done already to like, subscribe, and click the little bell at the top. Have a wonderful January. Wrap up warm because it's cold. Take care.